With the Rotten Farm done, we have a ton of levels to get, so it's probably a good time to talk about builds. Now the build I see most people going for in this run is the Sunlight build. It revolves around a lightning-infused rapier buffed with Sunlight Blade. And I have to say, I'm not a fan. The Lightning Rapier is very strong with Sunlight Blade, but you lose a lot of damage when it's unbuffed. It's a bit underwhelming. And Sunlight Blade is very inefficient. It costs 36 faith just to cast it, and the duration is poor. It only lasts a minute at 36 faith, and there are more than a couple fights where that is not enough. So you'll probably need to go up to 50 faith just to get the duration on par with a resin. And even then, there's still some fights where it's going to run out. The Sunlight build also puts more pressure on your spell slots, since you need the buff, and infused weapons can't be buffed with resins, so you need some extra attunement to compensate. All that faith and attunement has to come from somewhere, so it's your dex that suffers. The Sunlight build gets stuck at around 40 dex, which means your bow is relatively weak, and that is a serious problem in this run, because this is not a rapier run with bow support, this is a bow run with rapier support. In Dark Souls 2, areas are often more threatening than bosses, and the bow reigns supreme in many of the tougher areas of the game. It really carries the run. So with its weaker bow, the Sunlight build needs to compensate with Sacred Oath, which puts even more pressure on your spell slots. So you might need even more attunement. At a certain point, it starts to cut into your endurance as well. So to summarize, with the Sunlight build, you're getting a ton of faith to have a rapier that's strong when buffed, mediocre unbuffed, and a bow that's forever subpar. I very much prefer the Dex build instead. We're going to go up to 80 dex, and we'll get Ricard's Rapier. That will give us melee damage approximately even with the Sunlight build when it's buffed, stronger when we're unbuffed, and our bow is going to be amazing. We won't even need Sacred Oath, though to be clear, we will still have Sacred Oath. The Dex build is just incredibly efficient. We'll be able to get a ton of endurance with it as well, over 70 end by the end of the run. And that matters, by the way. Green bar saves lives. Do not underestimate the value of stamina in Dark Souls 2. So, that's our build. We're going to start by getting some more iframes and attunement. We want 6 spell slots. That'll be all we need for this run. And then we want another iframe at 105 agility. That takes 24 ADP, but actually we can do this with 23 and 31, which is just marginally better because attunement gives a little more cast speed. Next we'll get 25 endurance. This is the absolute bare minimum for us. This gives us 1 extra shot with the Blackbow. We're going to want a lot more endurance eventually, but this will do for now. Then we're going to get 15 strength so we can wield the Old Knight Hammer. We don't have the hammer quite yet, but we want to get these levels while we still can afford it. And then we'll just drop 1 more in faith, just so we can cast Homeward without needing the Hexerset. It's just convenient. And we're going to go up to 19 faith later for Sacred Oath anyway, so this is not a wasted level. And then we're going to stop there. You want to save like maybe 250k at least for all the stuff we're going to buy coming up. So this is where we're at for now. And now it's time to do some shopping. We're heading to Drangleic. We want the Blackbow. Blackbow carries hard in this run. First, a little more shopping. We want a few more Titanite Shards, so we'll be able to upgrade that bow right away. We'll get 4 of them. Stock up to 11. And that way we won't have to come back to Lemongrass for a while, which is convenient. Buy a bunch of Firebombs. Firebombs are always useful, and they're pretty cheap at this point. So we'll just buy max and call it there. And now, am I forgetting anything? Oh yeah, let's get the Brightbugs now too. We can afford it. Before we forget. Brightbugs, okay. Alright, and now we're going for the Blackbow. Spells, we're going to want Dark Weapon, Fog, Yearn. Anything else? Nope, just Homeward. Okay, that's all we need for now. Wait, my bad. I said Fog. Click the wrong spell. Excuse me, we're having some technical difficulties. Yearn, Homeward. Okay, what? Dark Weapon, Fog, Yearn, Homeward. Good. Let's continue. I'll have to rest again because I forgot to put the hood on first. Also, we no longer really need to wear the robe all the time, so I'm going to remove that to save some weight. Okay. Let's rest, get our spell cast back. Now we'll set up our TSR with the Sanctum Mace, and then we are off. Okay. Waiting to see that first tick there. Good. Alright, rings are fine. Bow is ready. I'll wait a bit for RTSR because it might save us a few shots here. We're going to pick up the archer first, and then we'll deal with the melee guy. Don't want to get shot by this dude, so he goes down immediately. Thank you. 2-shot with RTSR. Let this guy reset. So he turns to drop his shield, down he goes. Now if we get the perfect angle here, we can headshot this guy and kill him before he notices us. Not super easy to do with this weapon, but that's okay, we can just lure him out. He always starts with the same kind of charging attack thing, like that. You just back off, shoot him with the bow, or you can dart him with the rapier there, either works. Now we're going to head over here, both so we don't get shot in the back by this dude, and also because there's some nice loot over there. And distract him with an arrow. Come on, friend. Why isn't this working? There we go. I made that look hard. Usually you can get it on the first try. Anyway. Take out these two, and now we're going to come over here for some loot. There's a 3k soul and twinkling titanite. We are going to see Gablan again, by the way, so picking up stuff to sell is still not a waste. But we need the twinkling. We're going to want to upgrade the sunset staff much later in the run, so it's time to start collecting. Alright, we'll use Yearn. Get past this dude. You can also lure him out and kill him if you like. But this is fine. For the ghosts, we have Dark Fog. They do not aggro when you poison them, when you don't get too close. So we'll just throw a Dark Fog at him, make sure he gets poisoned. Good. And now while we're waiting for that to tick down, we'll come over here for a 10k soul. We could poison the next ghost as well, but there's not really any need. Trying to dart past both ghosts can be a little dangerous. We do not want to do that in a marathon. So we're just going to kill one, but getting past one ghost is not bad. You can kind of just wait till he's off to the side. Yeah, if he's not kind of in the middle of the path, we can probably get by without him even aggroing if we wait for our right moment. Or we could just kind of run past. He shouldn't be too much threat as long as we don't get too close. We can outrun him. Okay, see, he's off on the side. Give him the run around. Yeah, he didn't even aggro. We're clear. Now for these next set of soldiers, we're just going to yearn and run. You can get through here with a single yearn. I'm going to use 2 just to be a little extra safe, because it's a little close with just 1. Toss a yearn. Toss another yearn. To make sure we get through here and they don't aggro and no one follows us. Alright, and we'll switch to our Craftsman's Hammer for the Lizard. Thank you. 3 chunks is extremely valuable. You cannot really afford to miss that lizard. Get your back out. Alright. Stand at about even with this pedestal here on the sides. Also have Dark Fog that should poison both of them. And then we finish with arrows. Okay. Now we're going to snipe these enemies up ahead before triggering Forlorn. Pick up the one on the left first. Just make sure we have cover for the one on the right, because he can aggro if you move up too far on the left side. Take him out. Good. And we switch to the stone ring with the short bow, and we use wood arrows. We're going to try and knock this guy back a few steps. If we kill him right where he stands, this soul will not go to that statue. So you have to lure out more enemies. It's not fun. So we're going to thread this little needle here. Knock him back a few times with our weaker bow and the stone ring. And now his soul should go to the statue. Perfect. That can be a little close. If you fail it, it's okay. We have Yearn, so you can just lure out the enemies that spawn on that end and cast a Yearn near the statue and then shoot with some arrows. It's not too bad. Alright, time to check for Forlorn. We do have Homeward in this run, so we can just get out of here, but we really don't want to see a Forlorn here. It's very annoying to have to go through this area all over again. Looks like we're clear. So we'll come over here for a Fire Seed. We haven't used our Power Flame too much yet, but we will coming up fairly soon. Definitely going to want to get some upgrades for it. Okay. I'm going to dart through here to the throne room. When you approach the door, the gate there, we'll get those enemies spawning coming at us from behind. There can also be a Forlorn when you enter this big room. So we're going to dart through here. They won't chase us all the way into the throne room. So we're kind of safe over here. Can kill them or just let them de-aggro. Forlorn did not show up. If he did, we could homeward out, or we could try and kite him around this area after those guys go away. Whichever you prefer. Homeward is probably safer, of course. And now we can safely buy from this guy. We want a whole bunch of arrows. This guy sells magic and lightning arrows, and we need a lot of them. Because we don't want to have to come back here to buy more. So I'm going to get 600 magic arrows and 400 lightning, and that should last us the rest of the run. Okay, 600 magic and 400 lightning. That's 10 short. 400. Thank you. Come again. Okay. Now, moving on to the next bonfire. Buff with dark weapon. Remove the stone ring. Okay, make sure you don't have that still out. We can put on Flynn's. That's probably a good idea. Yeah. We don't want to stagger these guys while they're depetrifying. If you stagger them, it cancels the depetrifying animation and they can actually attack you sooner. So instead, take off the stone ring. Easy kills. Our next stop is Grendahl. We're going to go to get the Undercastle bonfire. To do this, we're going to go through the center of the room here. We do not want to open any of the doors on the sides and release some rune sentinels. Work right away through the middle to the back wall. Kill this guy first. So the soul goes to this thing. We do not want this guy to steal the soul when we try to open this door. This is the door to the Undercastle. And now we're going to lure an enemy over to open the door. So I'm going to take out that bow, equip our new arrows. And let's go ahead and get the cat ring on, sure. There will be some fall damage coming up. If you don't have the cat ring, you can die here. But our plan is to lure out this guy, because we could lure out that guy, but he kind of turns. He can take a weird angle when he approaches this foot statue. So we're going to shoot this guy. He just comes straight at us. Should be a very easy kill, very easy time last shot. We'll take 4 shots with the +7 longbow and magic arrows. So 1, 2, 3. Let him approach, down he goes. And now we want to move out of the way. Okay. So the Rune Sentinel does not aggro immediately. Now we have some time to chill in the middle as long as we want. Make sure you have the cat ring on, check. And we're going to open this door before we go. This is just convenient to save some time. Because after we kill those guys, we got to run away anyway. So now we run. Drop down here, find the bonfire quickly. We're safe in this little room. Rest and reset the enemies. If you get this where you can't rest, just keep spamming it, or you can homeward out, whatever. Now we're clear. Light a torch to scare away the Darkstalker in this little area. And here's Grendahl, the last Grendahl. So we're going to join his covenant so we can buy some stuff from him. We want one Bonfire Ascetic. He sells a bunch of them, but we only need one. One Ascetic, and we'll pick up Dark Orb while we're here. We're not going to use Dark Orb until much later, but we might as well buy it now. It's cheap. Alright, now we warp back to King's Gate. Going for the Blackbow. Okay. Good set up RTSR now, but we don't really need it. There's not much to fight left. So just run through here. Get up onto the stairs and the enemies won't chase us. Turn around and snipe this guy. He kind of gets stuck over here, so he probably will never reshoot. Yeah, easy kill. Make sure those guys have gone away. Good. Free 10k soul and the frozen flower. It's a DLC key for Lame Lois. Gonna need that. Run up here, snipe that guy, check for Forlorn. If you get a Forlorn here, just homer it out and do it again. Doesn't take long at all. Looks like we are clear. Cool. Open both doors here first, and then we can come back to that chest. This chest has a pretty valuable soul, 8k soul, and also a twinkling Titanite. And again, we want to start stocking up on twinklings. So that's pretty worth. But we can't go through that room anymore. The poison darts will start spitting at us. Gonna grab this bone just to sell it. It's worth almost 2k. Run up the stairs, turn right, drop off. And stay away from that guy who will not attack. He won't despawn, so we don't have to route him. Don't depetrify him. We get to the bonfire very safely. Rest to reset the archers up top. Then come out here. Grab this 5k soul. And drop down for the Blackbow. This is the best bow in the game by far. Highest physical damage of any bow. It's tied for the fastest cast speed. It's nearly tied for longest range. Nearly tied for lowest stamina consumption. It is incredible. Best in class in almost every way, more or less. So that's going to carry a lot of the run, and we want to upgrade it right away. So we'll go to Macduff. And let's get as many upgrades as we can. We can't quite plus 10 it because we don't have the chunks. Not yet. We can get some good upgrades. We will need a large shard. Bring us up to 6. Let's upgrade that bow. We can get to plus 8 right now. And that'll do for a bit. And that's it. We are heading out of here. Next split.